19 News Crews live everywhere, working on the stories that impact you and your family. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Tiffany Tucker.
And I'm Chris Fry. We begin things with heartbreak for a West Side family, already trying to navigate life in a new country.
That family watched their home burn down. Luckily, they made it out alive. Noel
Williams explains how a language barrier may have delayed the family from getting the help they needed. 3 people were taken to the hospital after an apartment building fire in Maple Heights. It started around 2:30 this morning in a first-floor unit of the Lee Road building that's right across from the police department. Multiple fire departments rushed to the scene. They say several people were outside on their balconies needing to be rescued. They did get everyone out. No serious injuries as the fire is still being investigated.
Heads up for Guardians fans. Game 5 of the Guardians matchup against the Tigers has been moved to 1 o'clock tomorrow. Guardians' first pitch was originally scheduled for 8:08 at Progressive Field, but they moved it up because of expected bad weather we've been telling you about. Well, some good news for Ohio State fans who want to watch the Buckeyes take on Oregon at 7:30.
Now your 19 First Alert forecast.
All right, Erica, thanks a lot. We're less than a month away from the November election, and new polling numbers are giving a clearer picture into one very important issue on the ballot.
But as 19 data journalist Jeff Slauson explains, the polling and the actual vote may be very different for a few reasons, Jeff.
Yeah, confusion being one of them, because issue 1 would...
Well, in Florida and across much of the southeast, the storms have passed, but the recovery is just beginning.
For many, it's difficult to distinguish where the damage of Hurricane Helene begins versus the devastation from Hurricane Milton.
But help is on the way. Maribel Gonzalez has more. Ohio Task Force 1 being deployed all over Florida to help with hurricane and tornado damage.
And just before Milton made landfall, the team was sent to Fort Pierce, Florida for a multi-tornado event.
And what we had was the tornado outbreak south of here. A lot of tornadoes caused a lot of damage, and we got called out to respond to that.
They have been so busy. Yesterday, the team worked to rescue trapped and injured people and even a dog.
Over 250 structures were searched, and out of those, they say, only 3 escaped damage. And they were back out today in a different area helping with those recovery efforts.
Everybody that we've interacted with, from Florida to North Carolina, back to Florida, the folks have been over the top grateful for us being there, working in their communities. I can't tell you how many times when somebody stops and says thank you.
They need many thanks. Ohio Task Force 1 has been deployed since September 24th, helping with storm search and rescue in Florida, then North Carolina, then back to Florida.
Our parent company, Gray TV, is teaming up with the Salvation Army to help those impacted by Helene and Milton. Just scan the QR code to make a donation. And we thank all of our viewers. As Gray says, we have already raised more than $500,000 for relief efforts. All right, 19 News is live everywhere, working on stories impacting you.
I still got a lot to cover at 5, including new video from a series of street takeovers.
And that's not all.
The damage jaw-dropping from massive flooding in Orange County, Florida, to this crane collapse in St. Petersburg, leaving a gaping hole in an office building.
Live pictures now as Milton is pretty much no more, and you see nothing but clear skies in Florida, but the damage still remains. More than 3 million customers without power as tornadoes were whipped up yesterday along with Milton. That has now claimed the lives of 4 people and compounded the misery wrought by Helene.
Winds reaching 180 miles per hour, making it the strongest hurricane ever so late in the season in the Gulf of Mexico. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tiffany Tucker.
And I'm Chris Fry. It came ashore near Siesta Key as a dangerous Category 3 storm, weakening to a Category 1 as it cut through the state.
Ivan Rodriguez is in St. Lucie County, Florida, just one area where Milton's winds whipped up several lethal tornadoes.
All right, Tiffany, well, the season is on the line tonight for the Guardians. Game 4 of the ALDS as Cleveland looks to try to return home to finish out Detroit. Leah Doherty live from Comerica Park tonight with the preview. And Leah, it's paramount that the Guardians get off to a really fast start tonight.
Well, possible controversy brewing about hundreds of millions of dollars in state funding, and some of it went to private religious schools.
Dan DeRose joining us now to explain what this is all about.
A national advocacy group.
Well, local police departments saving a child's life thanks to a new alert program.
Brittany Weir shares what it is and how it helps officers better respond in special situations.
The North Ridgeville Police Department